Hi everyone, how are we all doing? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope the lighting's okay because I'm filming this in the daytime, so I've not got my big light on which is overhead. So yeah, hopefully the lighting is okay. But today's video is going to be my check-in for week 1. No, let me think. I always get confused with this now. Yeah, I was right, yeah. So check-in for week 1 of May and cash stuff for week 2. So I'll have a look and see what's left in my purse, redistribute that, and then we'll top up the purse again for the second week. So got some change in here. That's from fuel. I've nothing left in spending because I spent that. I was out for some food with my friend on Friday, so spent that. Shopping has got 25 and some change. I only popped into Morrison's today, this week for a couple of bits, and I wasn't really needing much, so we've got that. As it's a 5-week month, I will leave that £10 in fuel. We've got £28 in home essentials, which I'll leave there as well. So we've got £4 in coins, and then 20, 30, 40, 40, 20, 30, 40, 51. So we've got £4.51 for the penny savings challenge. Put the side, 450, oh, 451. So we'll do that first of all. We'll mark that off. I hope everybody's doing well. The weather's lovely again, which is really nice to see. So 227's our next one. And then £2.24. Perfect. So that's another 2 bigger ones marked off there, which is amazing. So that's how we're getting on with the penny challenge. Okay, I actually need to colour these in and I keep forgetting, so I'm just going to do it right now while I'm here. So the ones with the black dots are ones that I've already done, so I'm just going to colour them in now. And then we could see where we're going to put this 25. I don't actually know where I'm going to put the 25 yet. I'll have a little look through in a mo. But yeah, some things, as always, are changing about in my budget. I've had some pretty big changes in life, and yeah, thankfully I live alone, so the changes that are happening are not really affecting my bills and such, which is so lucky. But yeah, there's still changes and things will need to be moved around. They don't, well, yeah, so I say they don't have to be, but yeah, they do. So yeah, I'll need to move some things around, and I am due to go back to work in a couple of weeks' time, but I'm just taking it easy, and I'm not, like, I'm just kind of taking each day as it comes rather than trying to have it all figured out, because everything's just too a bit all over the place at the moment to be having things figured out or feel like I need to have things figured out. So yeah, just taking each day as it comes. Excuse me. It helps that the sun's out though. The sun always helps, doesn't it? Just gives you that little bit of a boost. So yeah, but I hope everybody else is doing good and is enjoying the sunshine. Hopefully you've got sunshine where you are. But it's a nice day today. Again, I actually got a little bit sunburnt a couple of days ago because it was like 22 degrees or something like that, which was gorgeous. But I actually had sun cream on I wear factor 50, so it's not like I didn't have, like it's not like I didn't protect my skin, but I think there was maybe just a couple of tiny little areas that I missed and I got a little, just a tiny bit burnt. But I used the factor 50 from, I think it's Lidl, the CN brand, I think it's called. I used factor 50 from there, and because obviously I seen that it was a really popular one to use and it was really good cream, so I got that one about a year ago, I think, to try, and it is actually really good. Okay, so we've coloured this in so far, so that's the amount that we've got in there. So I'm just going to go through and just see where I like what I want to do with this 25, because I think I might actually put some in here today, because I am thinking, the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking I might actually use this for laser hair removal. Like I've mentioned before, I keep going back and looking at it, and there's like loads of areas that I want to get it on, but if I buy a block for like one area, then that's kind of like done and sorted. So I think I will put something in there, and I want to put something in the girly challenge as well. So 5, maybe put, so they say maybe 10 and 15, but then I've also got the pound. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 5 in the pound challenge. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Right, so we'll put 5 in there. So in here we've got 10, 25, 35, 45. So we've got £45 in there. So once that gets to 100, that'll go into my debt binder, or my debt envelope, and pay off some debt. Okay, so we've done that, and then what we'll do, we'll maybe just do 10 and 10. Yeah, let's do that. So let's do 10 into the girly one. So, where's my pen? Is it this one? I always forget which pen it is. So 5, and let's do this handbag for 10. Okay, so we'll put 20 in and take 10 out. So we've got 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 85. Got £85 in the girly challenge. It saves £325. Yeah, 325. And then we'll do £10 into here. Pop that in, and we will colour in 10. Try and do it a bit quick. I suppose like because I've condensed it and the bigger numbers are knocked off, it will be further on than it feels, because we've got all that in it. So in the 124, we've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 74. 174. So we're well over halfway. Well, we're over halfway, which is a good place to be. So yeah, we could start knocking off smaller numbers and we will be there soon enough. Perfect. So I actually do have a couple of bits of money to move about. I have mentioned a few times before, my friend was owing me some money. So we're going to London in June to a festival, and I got the tickets and stuff like that. So she was owing me money back for that. So I've got the money here to put back into events. So I'll put that down now. So there's 45 going back to events. So 10, 20, 30, 45. And then I could only take £20 out of the bag, even though it gave me 10 and 2 5s, which was pointless. But I'll put that 5 somewhere as well. So we will pop this 45 in here. So events has got 50 in Monzo, 70, 80, 90, 1, 10, 20, 35. So we've got 135 in there. So let's add that. So plus 45 is 125. I must have added a 5 in at some point. Right, did I count it right? I think I did. Let me check. So 50, 70, 80, 90, 1, 10, 20, 35. Or 135. Why is it 125? Who knows? But there's 135 in there. I'd maybe put £10 in but didn't write it on one of the last times. Right, so stick that back in there. Okay, so 5, I might actually add this 5 to, not this, but I just want to fix this. Fun. What's in here? 20, 40, 50, 60. Yeah, just going to add the 5 into fun because it's always handy to have in there. So, perfect. The next thing I wanted to do was take £40 out of trips just to pay my part of the hotel. So 20, 30, 40, I'll take it in the 5s, yeah. So 20, 30, 5 and 40. So stick this back in here. So that's to go back to the bank. So minus 40, and that left for 110. So that leaves £70. And then I need to take £10 out of car because I got my car washed and put it on my card. So take £10 out of there. So we've got 170 left. I'm glad that I actually looked at what needed to be moved around this time. Because usually, because I film on my phone, I can't go onto my phone to check. So it is handy that I wrote it down this time. Okay, so I've got 20, 30, 40 and £50 going back to the bank. So I will actually just stick that in here now. And I could do that later. I've got money sitting in my Vinted account that I need to take out. So I will probably have an extra cash stuffing to do soon. But let's top up my purse for week 2 of May. So I've got 20, 40 and £60. So as always, my £20 for spending, and then I've got £40 this week for food. And I do need a couple of home bits, so like home essentials. So at least I've got money in there, and I've got another 10 there for fuel if I need it. So yes, that is me. I don't think I have any updates for spending this week. I'm trying to think, apart from going out for dinner with my friend last Friday, last Friday, I don't think, I went out for a couple of coffees just to get myself out of the house, but I just used my bank card for that because I've got a buffer in my bank account. So yeah, I done that, but usually I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't sort of spend out with my weekly spending money, or I would like make sure that I take it from fun or wherever it needs to come from. But I'm just trying to be a little easier on myself just with things that are going on, and obviously I'm off work, I'm struggling mentally, there's a lot of changes happening. So to me at the minute, it's just kind of about getting through, and if I use my buffer money or have to take money from a pot or an envelope or something to get myself out of the house to go and enjoy a coffee in the sun or something, then that's what I'm going to do, because I don't need to be super strict with myself. but I also want to have a balance. But I'm just being a little bit more lenient on myself and spending maybe a bit more than I usually would, but under the circumstances, I'm definitely not like mad at myself for it. So it is a bit nice just freeing those reins a little bit to enjoy a coffee without worrying that, oh my god, that's half of my spending money gone on coffee. It's not the end of the world, and yeah, it is what it is. I'm just trying to do what I could do just now. So I probably will do much of the same this week. If I want to go out for a coffee and I overspend on my spending money, so be it. It's what it is. But yes, I think that is me for this week's check-in. I will obviously be back next week, and I may be back in between with an extra cash stuff in if I take the money out of Vinted this week, but we'll just see how it goes. I think there's like maybe £70 or something, so yeah, I'll just see how that goes. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and drop a comment below, and if you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I'm getting really close to my target of 500 subscribers, which I can't believe I've got like 450 odd subscribers already. It's just insane, but that's one of my little goals to myself for this year, is to get to 500. So if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing and following me on my journey of saving and paying off debt. And I will see you all in my next video. Take care, bye bye.